New at 10 now, 5 people in Polk County owe their lives to a cat. That's right, they say Gizmo helped thwart a possible house fire. Fox 15's Josh Casso is here to tell us about it. Josh, this must be a special cat. Tell us more.
Yeah, we typically think of dogs as being the heroic ones and cats play the villains. But in this case, 1-year-old Gizmo saved the day.
Not all superheroes wear capes. Some wear collars.
I'd say the cat definitely saved my life.
Meet Gizmo. She's a little shy, but this 1-year-old feline acted fast when it counted.
You can see right here, it started right there in the middle and it spread over to here.
An oven mitt left on the toaster caught fire late last night while 5 people were asleep in this Bartow home. Ron Perkins was on the couch.
The cat Gizmo had her front paws up on the cushion and her head right by my ear just meowing. She would not stop. Well, when I opened my eyes, I realized the house was full of smoke.
Quickly, he was able to put the small fire out before it spread. Had it not been for Gizmo,
I thoroughly believe if she hadn't woke me up, I'd have been found dead on that sofa this morning.
I've never heard of this ever in my life, that a cat would save the day, but she certainly did. She saved us all.
Call her a hero cat.
I think the cat ought to get an award.
Gizmo seems to be taking it all in stride, not basking in her own glory. Instead, she prefers to stay in her own fortress of solitude, though she is enjoying one aspect of stardom, the treats.
It's a story of a year. I mean, really, it really is.
So next time someone says all cats are evil, remember Gizmo, the life-saving calico.
Good kitty cat.
This cat, I thoroughly believe, gave me one of its own 9 lives.
So there you go. Proof that not all cats are plotting against you despite their demeanor. Some appear, at least, to actually care. Mark, back to you.
That certainly appears so. Josh, thanks very much. I think we need to send cameras over there more often, for sure.
I think we do.
If not only for Gizmo, for the company he keeps.
A Nampa dog is recovering today after a vicious weekend attack by another dog.
The owner says the family cat is the reason Bailey is alive today. 6 on your side's Marissa Morrison has their story.
Michelle Franklin's garage looks like a crime scene. She says she planned on spending her Saturday working around the house. That is, until a neighbor's large dog showed up.
And it just kind of looked at me, and I'm looking around like, where's the owner of this dog? And then it saw my dog and ran into my garage, and my dog kind of hunkered down for safety, and it just mauled it.
Franklin says she tried pulling the dogs apart by the collar, and when that didn't work, she even tried to use a bike pump to push the dog off Bailey.
It seemed like it went on for like 10-15 minutes.
It wasn't until the family cat, Mocha, stepped in to distract the other dog that Bailey was able to get free.
Bailey is alive today due to my cat Mocha, without a doubt.
Nampa Animal Control says the owner of the attacking dog has been cited for the incident, but an animal-on-animal attack is treated differently than when an animal attacks a human.
It is different because we're dealing with nature, and we're more concerned with public safety of people.
Officer Duff says if a dog attacks another dog, that doesn't mean it will bite humans.
They see, even though it's a dog, they don't view the smaller dogs like a dog. It's a prey animal. These type of dogs are usually never human aggressive.
Bailey had to undergo surgery after sustaining dozens of deep bites, racking up a veterinary bill of close to $2,000.
Once we cite the person, then we will ask the victim dog's owner, do you want restitution? And we will request the vet bills, and we will put them in the report, and when they go to court, the prosecuting attorney can ask for restitution and require that the dog owner of the attacking dog pay the bills.
As for now, Bailey is home recovering with her savior by her side.
Oh, they're like brother, sister, basically.
Marissa Morrison, 6 on your side.
That's a great shot. The Nampa Police Department is investigating the incident, and the investigation is ongoing.
Well, you've heard of the saying, fighting like cats and dogs, but what one local cat did was no brawl, more like a knockout punch. 23 ABC's Leslie Marine is live from Southwest Bakersfield with more on the family that's calling their cat their hero tonight. Leslie.
but the cat actually adopted the couple about 6 years ago while on a date. At that point, they had no idea they'd be married, have 3 boys, and one of those boys be saved by their feline friend.
His name is Tara.
In this household, she's a man or a boy's best friend.
That's Tara. Oh, wow.
And for 4-year-old Jeremy, she's his lifesaver.
I was just standing a few feet away from where we are now when he was playing out at the curb and decided to go ahead and come up and join me.
And watch what happens next. You can see as the neighbor's dog approaches the young boy, and in just seconds, grabs him by the leg and starts attacking him.
Yeah.
But what happens next, no one expected.
Just to see how Tara reacted in defending him just right away instinctively, it was really heartwarming for us to see that. And
Tara pounces on the dog, leaving a statement not to mess with this kitty cat.
after watching the video, if she hadn't been there, that would have been at least 2 more plus seconds of tearing. So the wounds would have been greater.
And it was these 3 family surveillance cameras that caught the whole thing, from when the dog attacked Jeremy to when Tara saved his life. Jeremy received 10 stitches from the attack, but if you ask him what he thinks about his furry friend,
Yeah, she's a hero.
police say the dog, which was a lab chow mix, will be in observation for the next 10 days. It will be tested on diseases such as rabies. Eventually, it will be euthanized. Back to you guys.
He's the unexpected hero who saved 2 people from catastrophe.
So if it wasn't for Melvin waking up Mike, we would be dead.
Melvin is the couple's cat. The couple fast asleep early Friday morning while their mobile home went up in flames. 9 on your side, Simone Del Rosario joins us live in the newsroom with how Melvin saved the day.
Val, Melvin the cat is 15 years old, but it seems like he had a couple of his 9 lives left over to lend to his owners. Their bedroom filled with smoke in the mobile home. No working smoke alarm, but Melvin sensed trouble and sounded his own alarm right in his owner's ear. Melvin, what do you have to say? Well, he's not saying much now. This feline hero not quite used to the spotlight just yet. But he was loud and clear around 1 o'clock Friday morning when his home went up in flames.
He was right in my ear yowling, and it's like, Melvin, you go away, cat. And then you smell it, and then you get up and you find you're covered in smoke.
All I heard was, Linda, get up, the place is on fire. And I shot right out of bed. And Melvin was right there, and I grabbed Melvin, and I didn't realize that he was the one that woke up Mike.
The 3 of them escaped through the back door, everything but the bedroom covered in flames. The home is a total loss, but because of Melvin, everyone made it out alive. Does that kind of instinct surprise you?
No. I think mothers have it, parents have it, and I know the animals have it. Melvin knew that something was wrong, and that's what he did, what he needed to do.
Both Mike and Linda tell me they're certain they would have died from smoke inhalation without Melvin. Their only alarm in this case. The fire department wants to remind everyone to make sure you have a working smoke alarm in your home. We're live in the newsroom. I'm Simone Del Rosario, KGUN 9 on your side.
I hope they give him a lot of treats there. All right, thank you, Simone.
Welcome to a little slice of my cat from heaven. Animals can sense danger well before humans can. Now, Herbie is no different. I'm here on Staten Island to visit with Herbie and his family after he saved a baby from dying. I just got to thank him personally. Hey,
Hi,
how
Jackson.
are you?
Thank you for coming. My name is Janine. I'm a single mom to 2 kids. I'm going into a master's program, and I do a lot of cat fostering.
So, Janine, tell me about Herbie.
Herbie was a cat from the Pets on Death Row list. I work with Staten Island Hope Rescue, and they had asked me if I would foster him, and I said sure. And he just fit in right away.
The one thing I can tell you is that this cat is so friendly. It absolutely comes to you, rubs up against you. You gotta think that he was put in your path for a very good reason.
Yeah, so it was July of 2014. I was up all night. I was a new mom. I had 2 kids. I was in school. I was so tired, I just wanted to go to sleep. But then Herbie was jumping on my bed and jumping off and running to the door. And I was so tired, and I was like, all right, he's just being a cat. But something said this is not his personality, there's something wrong. So I followed him, and he led me to my daughter's room. And when I opened up the door, he jumped into her crib, and she had her little blanket. And she must have rolled over, and it went onto her face. And she was making these like smothering noises, like 'cause she couldn't breathe. And he jumped into her crib, and he was pouring at the blanket. I took it off of. He saved my daughter.
That's incredible.
How did I get so lucky?
Every cat that's come into my life, there has been one moment where you go, oh, this is why you're here.
And I knew at that point, I was like, I'm not Foster, he's my family.
You just earned it. Yeah. Meeting Herbie today is fantastic in so many ways. He saved a little girl's life.
Hi, Isabella.
And they saved his life. This cat was about to be killed in a shelter. He wouldn't have had the chance to save these lives. This is this life-saving cycle right in front of me. Herbie looks like one big ball of perfect cat, but is there anything that you might need?
When I started fostering him and came to the house, he started to pee and poop in the tub. At first I thought it was just, oh, he didn't like the cats, it's a new home, but it's 2 years.
Does he use the litter box at all?
He does. He just prefers to use the tub as a toilet.
When I see cats that go into the bathtub, a lot of times it's sensitive paws. And when they go to step in a litter box, it's those little pellets that really hurt them. The really kind of sand-like litters, that I would definitely try.
Herbie is very sensitive and in tune with my family, but he also may be very sensitive physically. So I'm going to use a litter that's better for Herbie's sensitive paws.
Thank you so much for having me.
So glad you were able to meet him. Having Jackson in my home, it's just very validating that Jackson knows that Herbie really is the hero.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jackson.
Go and save an animal because chances are they may save you.
Very proud of him. Because I never thought he would do that. Never in my life.
An Indianapolis woman calling her house cat a hero tonight for protecting her family from a man trying to break into her home. The woman told police that she was watching TV in her living room when she heard someone at her front door.
It happened early yesterday morning on Finley Avenue near Walker. 24-hour News 8's V Wynn talked with a woman about what her house cat did to save the day. And V, as we said earlier, we expect it from a dog, but not from a cat.
Yeah, it's not every day that you hear about a cat fighting off an intruder, but the woman says she got Binkey about 6 years ago. She described him as loyal, her best friend and protector. She says the man pushed open the screen window, and that's when Binkey came out of nowhere and attacked him twice.
On this beautiful day, you can find Binkey sitting on this front window sill.
He's rotten, and he totally spoiled. He gets his way at everything.
Cynthia Coote says she couldn't believe what he did for her the other night.
What he did that night, it totally shocked me.
It was around 12:30 in the morning when Coote said she heard a man at her front door.
I says, no, you're not going to get in here. Well, I got to get in. Said they're trying to kill me. I says, I don't care. You're not getting in here. How do I know you're not going to knock me in the head?
Coote says the man began kicking and screaming.
I tried to call the police at first, and they put me on hold. I said, well, this ain't going to work.
Coote says the man pushed open the screen window. He reached for the door handle and was greeted by Binkey.
The first time, Binkey went after him. And I think Binkey just bit him once then.
Binkey is declawed. He took off running, but he didn't go very far. Coote says the man tried reaching for the door handle again.
Next thing I knew, Binkey took off again. And this time, he tore the guy's hand and arm up. He held on to that guy. All I seen was fur going up.
Police arrived on scene and arrested 41-year-old Earl Shrugs, seen here in his mugshot.
They've been on the hunt for him for the past hour, going through the neighborhood trying to get in other people's houses.
Coons now has a message for other cat owners tonight.
Don't hurt them to get them in. Treat them like a normal cat. In the end, the cat will take up for you no matter what. He'll be loyal to you.
Now, according to court records, the suspect was charged with residential entry, a level 6 felony. Coote says police had to call for an ambulance because of his injuries.
Wow. This is an amazing story to me. And how badly was the guy injured, the suspect?
So Cynthia was telling me that from her front porch when police cuffed him, she said that she could see blood dripping down from his arm and his hand. So.
And Binkey is a cat.
Yes.
Not a dog.
No, a cat.
Clearly. Wow.
That's amazing. Wow. Is there more to Levin?
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll talk a little bit more about his character and what he likes to do and how he responds when Cynthia's gone.
Looking forward to that, V. Thank you.
Now to a story you will see only on Fox 23. A Tulsa dog left to die, now an essential part of an Oklahoma family. Here you go. Meet Brutus. He's a therapy dog credited with saving this little boy's life. Fox 23's Sarah Whaley met with the rescuers and learned just what happened.
The neighbor living in this house behind me told me that he found Brutus almost 3 years ago. He was behind this fence across the street here, scared and alone. Quite the opposite of what he is today.
He was real growly and barky and scared. You could just see it in his face.
That was in February 2014. Now, Brutus is full of life. Everybody knows Brutus. Recently, I organized a meeting for all of the people who gave Brutus a second chance.
Oh my God, it's so wonderful to see him again.
James Christian lives near 11th and Lewis. He's the neighbor who noticed Brutus was alone and who called Unchained Oklahoma.
The house was open. Dog food had been left on the floor. A lot of personal items were still there.
Melody Parkins is with that rescue organization. She says she later learned Brutus's owner had moved after her husband was arrested on drug complaints, leaving Brutus behind. Melody and her husband Kent took a special liking to Brutus and they started socializing him.
He's always listened to commands immediately. I mean, he's always has.
They worked with him several hours a day for a year and a half.
At about 6 months, we had that feeling that this dog's got something special.
Everybody who came in contact with this big guy knew he was special, but they say for some reason, nobody was adopting him. That reason turned out to be 2-year-old Jason.
An actual meant to be together.
Jason's family adopted Brutus about 10 months ago. His first week in the home.
One night we were just all sleeping and he had hit me in the face and was trying to wake me up.
Amber Bragg says Brutus then took her to little Jason.
Whenever I looked over at the baby, my baby was convulsing and having a seizure.
Jason has a seizure disorder. And Bragg says after that experience, she learned that Brutus senses when one is about to hit.
4 weeks ago, he had another seizure. Brutus went into the bedroom, grabbed him by his shirt collar, pulled him up, and started barking until we got there to him.
All of this without any specialized training.
I feel like he's in better hands with that pit than he is with anybody. I mean, if it wasn't for that dog, he may not be running and playing like he is now.
In Midtown, covering news that matters, Sarah Whaley, Fox 23 News.
And the Bragg family does say that they did go ahead and get Brutus certified as a therapy dog. He will soon start work in nursing homes where they live in southeastern Oklahoma.
And what the frig is this cat looking at? I mean, well, he is 12 years old. Going to be 13, so he could be having Alzheimer's. He could, I guess my cat could be losing it. He's jumping onto, the TV stand. He jumped onto that. I mean, what the, what, okay. Snuggies, Snuggies, what on earth are you doing, babies? Dad! What the fuck? Dad! 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 What the fuck?
If I divide it up, I'm gonna try and give him a pepperoni stick, which, as we all know, is pork, and at least my mom and dad don't believe. Yes, victory. I'm all serious, Cat. Are you serious? You ever come in my family? Get both of us. One of the biggest socks right here. Alright.